The last show we're going to be talking about is Yokai Apato no Yuga no Nichijo, or Yokai Apartment
Elegant
Life.
Yokai Apartment Life.
Yes, I don't have an updated image
Yes.
for it.
So this is a continuation from last season. They literally just is one of the few. Seems like this is a rare thing to happen nowadays, where you actually have an anime that lasts more than 12 episodes in a season.
Hmm.
I mean, I really don't see that happen. Carryovers for last season don't seem to happen that often.
Hmm.
But I'm glad this one did. I'm glad this one did. I still enjoy it. It's still an awesome series. I think anyone who's hasn't gotten onto it yet, definitely I'd say check it out, get into it. It's a slice of life for sure. It's a kid just trying to make his living, trying to get to school, trying to do what he needs to do. But then he lives in an apartment with yokai and monsters and stuff like that. And then, he's also now has his magical tome, his grimorum, I guess, essentially, which doesn't have like huge power, but at least he has allies and magics that he can do with it. And it's him balancing his school life, his work life, his home life, and him basically training himself and his off time in order to become more in tune with his spiritual, I guess, nature, to
Hmm.
where he can actually use and control. And the more he powers himself up, the more he powers the book up and gains more power through that. So, and it's the dynamics and relationships, the characters I enjoy. Not just, because you have the human interaction, but then the monster interaction with it, I also enjoy. And I still want to know the freaking writer that is in that apartment complex. I want to know if he's actually human or not, because there's some instances where I'm looking at it going, I don't know if you're human because you do things, and I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be like a big plot twist throw off. That's something's going to happen with that, but it's interesting.
Okay.
And much like some of the rest of the stories, with Blood Blockade Battlefront and Kino's Journey and stuff like that, it seems like each day, even though there's a continuation with characters, that there's no necessary direction it's going in. It's just a day by day kind of thing, and you don't know what to expect. Anything can happen. Some new yokai shows up, or some festival, or something happens, something goes on, and we're just kind of like, okay, now we're going off in this direction, and we're gonna do this, and it's an episodic. So, very much kind of seeing what's going on, seeing nice little venture. So
Cool. Yeah, this is this is on the back burner for me. It was pretty cool when I started it, but yeah, there's a couple. I don't have enough time to watch everything, so I chose. Plus, last season was garbage for me as far as free time. So I'm actually able to watch 10 shows this season. So
up with them though.
yeah, that's the thing. I'll probably cut it in half because there's some stuff I want to start for next year. But yeah, the show was actually pretty good, and I will definitely come back to it whenever I make my second pass through all the anime.
But it just seems like the more I was watching, I just started grinning more and more, looking at it, going, "Oh my God, this is like they just took all things stereo." But I mean, it's those situations like that. You're like, "Yeah, hell yeah!" You showed him his bus, and then he starts talking, and I'm like, "Shut up, please, stop, just shut up."